All right, y'all. We got some more news. Wide receivers. But this time around, the New York Giants are going to be keeping one of their own wide receivers, and that will be wide receiver Darius Slayton is getting re-signed to the New York Giants on a 2-year, $12 million deal with a max value of $16.5 million. And one thing that Darius Slayton had over any wide receivers in free agency that the Giants could have signed is the continuity and the rapport with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones, I guess you say most reliable receiver, was Darius Slayton. And I understand he drops passes. That's just we're gonna live with that. He drops passes in the big moments, but he still has, groundbreaking speed. He still has the big playability. And, I like that the New York Giants, again, they weren't going to find a wide receiver one in free agency. There was no wide receiver one in this free agency. The best wide receiver on the market was, in most people's opinions, Jacoby Myers, who ended up getting an $11 million deal from the Las Vegas Raiders. So what they do? They go trade for a tight end one in Darren Waller and end up going out and signing some speedy receivers on the outside, also leaving the opportunity to go draft one in the first round, which I know that is what I want. Zay Flowers, where you at? But anyway, I'm cool with anyone. Jordan Addison, Zay Flowers, Quinn Johnson. But back to Darius Slayton. I like this for Darius Slayton. I like this for the New York Giants. Not a lot of fifth-round draft picks get re-signed to their team. So on that aspect, shout out Darius Slayton. And I know he drops passes, but he also has had games like the Cowboys game where he made that big catch in the beginning of the game. Like the Jaguars game where Daniel Jones threw him a fade ball in coverage and he caught it and scored a touchdown the first drive of the game. The Houston Texans game where he had a dominant game. So, yeah, the Darius Slayton have, drop problems? Of course. But he also has big playability and he also can make big plays in games. So I like this deal. And you're not paying a wide receiver $6 million to go out there and be your wide receiver one. You're not paying a wide receiver $6 million a year to be, that guy that's making contested catch after contested catch that can make any catch that the quarterback throws the ball to them. So I like this deal for the Giants. I like this deal for Darius Slayton. Again, wide receiver. Now, I know the Giants might not go out and get a bona fide wide receiver one. They might not go out and trade for DeAndre Hopkins. They might not go out there and trade for Jerry Jeudy. Jordan Ryan basically said that they're not getting Odell Beckham Jr. because he was out of their price range and he is now out of their price range. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. That's why you go make a trade for a guy like Darren Waller. That's why you sign other guys that fit your scheme that are speedy receivers like Paris Campbell, bring back Darius Slayton, and you can look at the draft to add another wide receiver to the mix. So as of right now, the Giants wide receivers have, been re-signed. Darius Slayton is being, or I'm going to name some of the wide receivers. I'm naming the wide receivers for the Giants right now. Darius Slayton, re-signed on the 2-year, $12 million deal. Sterling Shepard, re-signed. Isaiah Hodgins is back. Wan'Dale Robinson, Paris Campbell, Jeff Smith, and Colin Johnson. Those are the wide receivers that the Giants have right now. First of all, that's good depth. The Giants have depth at the position now, and it also leaves them, if they want to go look at one of those wide receivers in the draft, whether it's Jack Smith and Jigba, whether it's Zay Flowers, Quentin Johnson, Jordan Addison, hell, Jalen Hyatt, they can go out there and do that because you don't have a bona fide wide receiver one. If the Giants want to add a young guy to this mix, they can definitely go do that, and I will be happy with any of those top 4 guys, JSN, Zay Flowers, Quentin Johnston, and my guy, Jordan Addison. So leave down below in the comment section your thoughts on this. I'm fine with it. I understand. Darius Slayton drops passes, but he's not a guy that you want to be making big play after big play after big play. That's just not his style. He's just not capable of doing that. He's a 5th-round draft pick. He shouldn't be out here freaking making, every catch that's thrown to him. And I know he drops passes, but that's just the way it is. And I like that he still has that speed. And the number one thing he has over any wide receiver the Giants could have signed or traded for is he has continuity with Daniel Jones. So on that end alone, I love that. The Giants went back and signed Daniel Jones, most reliable wide receiver, has had multiple 700-yard seasons with this team, was close to getting cut, had to take a pay cut on a deal where he's a 5th-round draft pick to play on an NFL team last season. So I got to clap it up for that. I got to show respect for that. But leave down in the comment section your thoughts as the Giants re-sign Darius Slayton, adding more pieces and regaining pieces in this wide receiver room. I love it. But again, leave down in the comment section your thoughts. And until then, it's been your boy J Dimes. If they make more news, if another move happens from the Giants, we're going to be here. So make sure those notifications are on. But we out. Go Giants.